ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में कि अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन की कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी, ये एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानपुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Good evening, friends. Thank you so much for joining in this special webinar. We are very happy to see a lot of people join today in this webinar. As we said, it's a special webinar because it is coming from Franchise India House, and Franchise India is very glad to showcase this webinar wherein we are showcasing opportunity to join Franchise India as business partner. So in this webinar, what we will be discussing that what is this webinar all about. So we'll give you complete understanding. First, I will give you some understanding about what is Franchise India and what we are talking about today as independent franchise consultant. So Franchise India is a trusted advisory platform, which is talking about that how to start a business platform. So how to start you as a business. If you want to start some business, so Franchise India becomes a trusted advisory platform, and independent franchise consultant is a specialist who would help our investors how to start a business. So what we do, we work with two communities. We work with one side investors who are looking forward to start some business. It can be say 5-10 lakh rupees opportunity up to maybe 100, 200, 300 CR also in their own regions, and it can be any category, any brand if they are looking at. So Franchise India would help these investors to get investments in these businesses. It can be a startup or it can be a large corporate like Reliance and Tata's as well. We also are working on other side with businesses and brands. What we do is we help them in scaling up their business. We help them to enter into new markets through franchise route. So franchise route is becoming the viable opportunity for expansion of your business. So it's a scaling what we help them. Third is exit. We also help business owners or franchise owners who want to come out of the existing business. We find a new buyer for them. So that opportunities are also available if any investor who is looking forward for investment in any existing business which is already existing somewhere, and we also take them through. So we are helping investors to get investments, and we also helping businesses to scaling up, and we are also helping existing business owner or a franchise owner to come out of the business and to find a new buyer for them. And we also use a byline. Nobody in the world sells more business than Franchise India, because Franchise India today have a world's largest network, which is now in 97 cities in India, and we are also 11 countries already. So Franchise India, out of India, we are also available in UAE market, So we have also entered Mongolia. We also entered Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Africa, Singapore, Australia, UK, Ireland, Canada, and Thailand. And today's webinar is also live, not only in India, it's also live in multiple countries now today. So our vision at Franchise India is G20 of franchising. So what we are talking about is we are going to enter now next 1 year in 20 countries wherein we are talking about the independent franchise consultant model. This model is now, which is independent, and we are looking forward for local partners to become Franchise India business partners so that we help them to become Franchise India brand in their countries and in the cities as well. Today, if we talk about consumption, if we consume anything, it is coming from franchise company. So anything you consume today is coming from a franchise, franchise category. And if you wear anything, you use anything, the services you use, anything which you consume from day-to-day life, it's coming from franchise companies. So that's how there's a humongous, opportunity in this business. Franchise India 27, we've been into this business and we are market leaders today. There is no other company outside who would help investors, businesses getting these opportunities and also these multiple services. So Franchise India have got three companies largely. In India, we are known as Franchise India. We do around 200 events. So every city we do event, we go to local city, organize an event when we get local investors to come and meet our business owners, brands. And that's how Franchise India is more popular with the name of Franchise India. But out of India, globally, we are known as Fran Global. So Fran Global is our international arm of the business, which is also market entry for all the global brands to enter India. So if any brand who is looking forward to enter India, like we did with Subway in 1998, we got a McDonald's in India, and likewise many brands in India. It is all through Fran Global. They also help Indian brands if they want to go in any other countries outside, and Fran Global also help them to enter into those markets. The third company which we also have is FranCorp. FranCorp is world's largest, rather it's a 47-year-old consulting company. It's the world's largest consulting company. What they do, they help all these businesses at a startup level to get them ready for franchise. So their SOPs, their systems, their strategy, their financials, their legal, their all the collaterals, documents is being done by FranCorp, and FranCorp make these businesses ready for franchise. And also, if we are talking about the international brands coming to India, so FranCorp would also help them in fine-tuning and right structuring of the business model as per the Indian market. So that's what this Franchise India is also master license of FranCorp in India last 18 to 20 years. And we are helping businesses to get into franchise through FranCorp company. So FranCorp would first play a vital role in terms of building up the business model and getting their structure, everything ready. And then we get into marketing, getting lead generations, and also we also help into lead management also. So we are doing franchise sales as well. So it's a A to Z services for the businesses and brands who are looking forward for expansions. So this opportunity, why we are today in this webinar, why we are looking forward for IFC partners. So this all we will discuss in this webinar. We will be largely throw light on three aspects. One is absolutely on the journey of Franchise India, last 27 years, how we started, where we started, and why this advisory business was required. And then we started this independent franchise consultant model. Why was this also required, and what is the role and responsibilities? We will run through a presentation to give you complete understanding about what we offer, who can be our partner, what is the profile which is required, and what are the criteria also to become Franchise India partner. We'll also take you through how you can grow. Third, how you can earn, and what is the earning potential, and then how you can make it large. And then once you are joining, and then what are the steps? Yes, step one, step two, step three, and then you become, successful in this. So in this webinar today, we also have a lot of leadership with us. So leaders who have joined us, I'll give you some understanding in this. webinar. So we have why leaders are also there, why our management is also there, because it is coming from Franchise India platform, directly this opportunity. That's why we are very, very serious. And we also have created a sport function, which is very strong. And all our leaders who are offering their support to our existing network, and also any new partner who comes on board. And we also have a system, process, and a fundamentals, which is wherein we give you full support in terms of making you successful. So today, if I can give you some understanding who is there, my name is Sanjay. I'm CEO Director of this Franchise India consulting company. And we also have joined Sajid Joy, and we also have Ravi Kumar, we have Shakti Vel, Bimal Kumar, we also have Kuldeep, and we also have Kapil who has joined us on panel today. Along with this, we also have management team. From management side, we are very happy and proud to have our chairman, Mr. Gaurav Maria, also joined us. And we also have our managing director, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, also joined this. So we have some understanding in this webinar. So we'll give you some understanding in terms of how you can interact with us, because this is a one-sided webinar. So please do not raise your hand. So there is a Q&A box. If you'll see on the bottom, you will see a Q&A box. Please use Q&A box to send us your questions, any query you have. We will also ask you questions, because we also want to know, once we give you some understanding about what we are doing, and who we are. And then we also want to know who has joined us today. What's your profile? Where from you're coming, right? And what are you doing right now? So is it the right opportunity for you or not? So we'll also ask you questions. So please use Q&A box to give us some your inputs. So before that, I would like to welcome our chairman, Mr. Gaurav Maria, first, to welcome you again, once again, and set the perspective of this webinar. Thank you, and thank you very much for joining in this webinar. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sanjay, and thank you for hosting this webinar. And welcome, friends, and welcome to this very, very special initiative by Franchise India called Independent Franchise Consultant. Now, this is a invitation for all of you to join us as a consultant and practice your franchise advisory. And what we're going to cover in this webinar, I'll talk about a little bit about the overall opportunity, how this opportunity is shaping up. And I feel that the best timing today, how next 10, 15 years we can really grow in this industry. Then we'll talk about why we have decided to build this platform called IFC platform, and how it's been very, very successful. And we will also then go into, in terms of what is the kind of support you get when you become an independent franchise consultant. But before I do that, I'll rather bring Sonia. She comes with about 2 decades of franchise broking experience. So she will talk about a little bit of journey of Franchise India, and also her own journey in terms of how this whole franchise broking has evolved in this country. So over to you, Sonia.
Thank you. And friends, a very good evening to all of you once again. Welcome to the webinar. And like Sanjay mentioned, it is a program for you to partner with Franchise India. And I'd like to give a little background about our company at large. I'll also request all of you to make the session interactive. Any questions you have, please also share your profiles. And since we already have a big presence across India, also in international markets, there are a few locations where we still have, I would say we are underserved, or the opportunity is big. So if you can also share the cities that you come from, it will help us at identifying. And if anybody is outside India, because this webinar is casted live across more than 12 countries. So if you come from any other country outside India, please mention your city and in India, and country if you're outside. So friends, if you look at, we have the entire leadership, the management of Franchise India, because the channel, or I would say the partners, form a very important, crucial part of our business model and takes a lot of time share of everyone who is present here. And so we as a company, we have been democratizing entrepreneurship since 1999. It's more than about 26 years now. And this has been possible through our group companies, which present a very pressing value proposition for the entire community of franchising. So when I say entire community, it includes a very vast community of people who want to buy business, and also a very big community of companies, franchisors, who want to expand their footprint, be it Indian companies or global companies. And we started at a time, and today, this opportunity or demand, I would say, has become big than what it was 20 years back or 30 years back. And we see a very big growth every year. And that's what, has kind of helped us to make this community of 5C partners even stronger than we had maybe 2 years back when COVID started. So we understood the big demand, and there was also a big supply gap and demand, which was very big, as I would say, every household in the country, there's somebody in your home who wants to start a business. And I'm sure all of you out here, you've come here to start your entrepreneurship journey. And this is also one reason why India has always and very fondly been called a shopkeeper nation, because the opportunity or the desire of people to start the business, or the aspiration, I would say, to start the business is very, very strong. And historically, franchising has been a very powerful wealth creation and an entrepreneurial engine for more than a century. And this engine we wanted to enforce through the IFC program. And this is what it is based on. And franchising is a very big catalyst for entrepreneurship, and also the most, I would say, democratic wealth creation tool in the history of humankind, and also epitome for small businesses. And this is what the foundation of our company, Franchise India, was. And entrepreneurship is what our entire businesses and all our group companies are based on. And this initiative, or I would say the premise for us to start the program, was also to work with like-minded entrepreneurs like yourself who become partners with Franchise India. But most importantly, they also come with a skill set, and we'll talk about what it takes to become a partner, get selected as a partner, and equally, have the intent to drive entrepreneurship like everybody out here at Franchise India has. And our community of partners has become big. Today, we are present in 97 cities, and larger number of cities and countries today that Franchise India and Fran Global collectively are present in are represented by our IFC partners. And the reason is also very, very obvious, because today more and more people are starting their entrepreneurship journey or buying their maybe new business or first time businesses than before. And there are more companies equally which are getting into franchising or expanding via franchise route than they were maybe 27 years back when we started the Franchise India. And this is not going to stop here, because the space has become bigger. It is getting bigger, in fact, every day as we speak. And there are more entrepreneurs today, or aspiring, like I said, to be entrepreneurs than have been ever in the history. Now, even if you look at India and the fundamentals that kind of point towards the growth in franchising. And I'm sure if I give you some hints, you can all reflect upon it. Now, franchising is very proportionate to consumption. If you look at the GDP of India, nearly 70% of India's GDP is driven by domestic consumption. And domestic consumption drives economies. If you compare that with the economies like China, this consumption is almost about 53. Thailand is about 59 odd percent. And so the narrative has changed now. What was happening maybe in these countries is now happening in India, and consumption cycles are changing. Having said that, while as an economy, our per capita consumption might still be low in certain categories, but overall consumption, if you compare to other economies, the top five economies in the world, it's very, very substantial. And franchising is directly proportionate to consumption. So which means at the consumption curve would become larger, so would be the impact on franchising. The second thing which I like to also talk about is how our consumption is also becoming more branded or formalized. Maybe 10 years back, we were not using as many brands as we use today. Maybe top to bottom, from products that we use to the services that we use, all that is becoming branded. 20 years back, we all witnessed modernization of retail, with product industry getting modernized and brands coming in. And this time around, there is a big shift which is happening in the service industry. So even laundry services, direct to home care services, your quick commerce, we all consume that every day. All that has become branded. So that is another trend which is becoming stronger. And finally, I'd like to also talk about the job opportunity. If you look at the job opportunity beyond the top cities, the top, maybe the 6 top cities in India, go maybe tier 2 or tier 3. There is not only dearth of job opportunities, but equally there's lack of high paying jobs beyond tier 1. And same is also visible in the startup ecosystem. A lot of startups today, 49% of startups are coming from tier 2 cities, tier 3 cities, which also validates the spirit of and also the potential of entrepreneurship, which sits in cities beyond the top tier. And India needs nearly 1 million jobs in a month over the next 10 years, and only 25% of that job market is today being serviced. So there's a big delta of 75%, and franchising is the way, where people can buy a job for themselves. So what I'm trying to say is the opportunity is not limited to the top tier, but there's a bigger opportunity which sits in even tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So I'll let now maybe Gaurav talk about the opportunity to become a partner with Franchise India, and maybe give a little more perspective on maybe our consumption trends, and also a little bit on the support structure. And friends, I'll also request you if you can share any questions that you have in your mind. We have shared a bit about us. If you can also share your profiles, if you're working already in business, any kind of consulting business. So we'll ask you some questions. If you can start writing that in the Q&A box, we can make our session more interactive. Over to you, Gaurav.
Thank you, Sonia. And so friends, before I start with giving you the 5 different pointers, why you should really become an independent franchise consultant and why you should not, because not everybody qualifies to become a consultant. We'll discuss in detail that, but before that, as Sonia said, I'll ask you a question. Please try to reply in your Q&A box, and we will understand where you're coming from. So if you're a professional, just write P, so we understand that you're working somewhere. Just write P and your city. If you're a business owner, write B and your city. If you are a management consultant, any kind of consulting experience you have, you're consulting, coaching, any kind of learning and development experience or a counseling experience, any kind of experience which tells us that you have some consulting capabilities, write MC and your city. And if you are in a career change, which means that now you're looking for a new career, sometimes people move from their job or they close the business and want to look at a new opportunity, just write C. 4 choices: P for professionals, B for business owners, MC for management consultant, and C for career change. And write your city also. So now I'll see who's writing. So there is Anil Kumar. He's a business owner. Welcome, Anil. Welcome to this webinar. Anil, you can also write which city you're coming from. It will be helpful for us. Then we have Arvind. Arvind is from Coimbatore, great market. Arvind, we have a very big focus on Coimbatore. Saktivel, who looks after complete Tamil Nadu in Kerala, would get in personally touch with you. And we have a very large investor base in Coimbatore, very, very large. Last time we had a big different problem in Coimbatore. So we did a show and we got more people to come. So people were not able to enter. So, and they start complaining because they cannot even enter. There was no space. So it's a good problem to have, but we still want people to have, right experience. So very good, very interesting market, which we want to do. And we have a phenomenal opportunity in Tamil Nadu. And then we have Rajkumar Jain, who's from Delhi. Rajkumar ji, you should visit our office. When you see our office, see our infrastructure, you'll be able to do that. And you'll be able to understand the capabilities we have at a group. Anil Kumar, welcome Anil ji. He's from Bangalore. Again, a great market for us. I rate Bangalore as #1 market for franchising. Why? Because a lot of migrants come there and they want to stay there. And everybody wants to start a business. And it's very startup mindset. So please get in touch with Sajid. Sajid leads the South India for us, especially for our IFC channel. He definitely just helps you to understand the program, but also handhold you to build capabilities that you're successful as an IFC. Then we have another person from Bangalore, Mr. M.K. Kishore. By the way, Bangalore, we have the most successful IFC partners, and they're extremely, extremely consistent in that market. So Mr. Kishore is a professional. Obviously, he's looking to change. And then we have another one from Bangalore. That's why I say Bangalore is very highly entrepreneur and high literacy structure. So Gautam is also from Bangalore. I will encourage others also to continue to write so that we know where you're coming from. There is also a gentleman called Murtanjay. We don't know which profile you're not shared your profile. So if you share your profile, I will know where you're coming from. And I will encourage everyone else also to really write on the or introduction, so that at least we know where you're coming from. Some cities we are open, some cities we're not open. Like I said, I'm super bullish on Coimbatore because that market really we want to do that because we have a huge demand and we cannot alone service from Chennai. Chennai, we have large office and large setup, but we cannot service that market so well if you don't have a good IFC partner there. Okay, by the time everybody is writing, let's get started. So I'll cover only 5 points, and then I'll pass it back to Sanjay so that he can, take up the whole structure of how this whole progression of as an IFC partner happens. So I'll cover 5 points. First point I will cover is overall business opportunity, because I'm a big believer that any business you want to get into, or you need to understand how big is that opportunity. Is there enough for you, for all of us, to be there in the business? Now, what business we are talking about? Carefully understand. If you want to buy us today a property, just want to buy a property, it can be residential, commercial. You have 1 million brokers in this country who would sell you that property, right? If you want to buy any other financial product, which means that you want to invest into stocks, you want to invest into mutual fund, insurance, any kind of product, it's a passive investment, we call it. Then also there is a 1 million financial advisors and consultants who can help you. Ask yourself, you want to buy yourself a business. From our honorable Prime Minister to down the line, everybody is talking about startup, right? If anybody wants to start a business, where would he go? As a complete vacuum. Outside Franchise India, there is no other organizations which gives this service, right? So ask yourself, how big is that opportunity? You'll be surprised. Every home has somebody who's looking to start a business. And we have a huge amount of basket of businesses starting as low as 3-4 lakh rupees to as high as 300-400 crores, right? So there is a micro entrepreneur who wants to start maybe a small tea shop or small business, or it can be somebody who wants to take a big Marriott hotel franchise. So anything in between is an opportunity, and across sectors this is an opportunity. If you want to do say a dairy franchise today, from Amul to Mother Dairy to Nandini in Bangalore to everybody is offering franchise. It's a small micro dairy franchise. So you want to do something in retail, you want to do fashion. So all fashion brands, from the global multinational companies to Indian homegrown Zodios. Zodio was a great idea. Today, I think we are all feeling sad about Ratan Tata going away, but it was one of the big ideas, 560 franchisees only in 3 years, everywhere in the country, right? Rather, they now opened up a new format of Zodio called Zodio Personal Care, which means that they have beauty products in Zodio. And that also they want to make at 1,000 stores. So opportunity is coming from all over. It can be international brands, it can be homegrown brand. You want to start something in auto. You want to be an auto dealer or a service market you want to. You want to get into education, from coaching centers to preschools to K-12 schools to test preps to all that is franchise. Then you want to get into food, across board, across sectors, from nightclubs to small cafes to QSRs to casual dining concepts to fine dining concepts, a phenomenal amount of areas. You want to get into healthcare, from specialty clinics to pathology labs, radiology labs to polyclinics to large super specialty hospitals. Everything is available in franchise. So if I go on and on, almost everything which you consume today is coming from a franchise outlet. It has become a single driver for brands to expand in this country and also entrepreneurs to find the right opportunity for them. Now, this is where key come in. We represent brands and we represent investors, and we bring them together, and that's where we make money. So the good news is, this opportunity, every home has somebody who's looking at it. It can be a housewife who wants to now come back to business and wants to start a small boutique. It can be a large business house, which wants to expand the business. And why it is happening? Because on one side, brands have a rush to go and capture the market. So from Tata's to Reliance to now we're launching Hyundai Electronics, which is going to be as big as Samsung or LG. Samsung alone in India runs about 26,000 location point of sales, right? So now we launch Hyundai. So what is an opportunity? 26,000, because there is an equally big brand and we can create so many entrepreneurs in this country. So this is, friends, a huge, huge opportunity. And the good news is there is nobody else doing it. We are the only one, and we are the most experienced team in the world. And I say this with authority. There is nobody in the world which has of our size and structure. I today morning returned from Korea. Last week, I was doing a seminar in Thailand. We have our operation started in India subcontinent from Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. We have a large operations in Middle East. We have a large operations in Europe through UK office. And then we have joint ventures and partnerships in North America. So we are the only company which has that experience and size. And when you become an independent franchise consultant, you get the backing of the world's most knowledgeable, most experienced franchise consulting firm. But this business model, again, I would say, is not for everyone. Why I say this? Because consulting is not for everyone. And I'll explain you why I say this and who needs to qualify. But let's then, second point, we go and understand, okay, the opportunity is big. But is this opportunity financially attractive? That's also very important, because you can like some opportunity, which is great timing for opportunity. But do you were able to make a good financial return on that? Now I'll explain you the business model. So we have brands which we exclusively represent. Exclusive means even large companies like Reliance and Hyundais and likes of them are exclusive with us. You cannot take a franchise if you have to come through us. So these opportunities are aggregated because we are 1,200 people, full-time employees. We have worked so hard to aggregate these opportunities, which is not easy. It can take somebody's lifetime to even sign 30 brands in life. When you start with us as an independent franchise consultant, we give you 500 brands exclusive, which you represent in your market. So the gentleman who joined from Coimbatore, he will say, I represent these 500 companies in my market. And that's a big authority, right? So that's one part. The second part is we give you the leads also. And these leads come from our digital platforms, our own mediums. The world's biggest visited website in franchise is franchiseindia.com, period. While we have other domains also. But franchiseindia.com is the highest visited franchise site. You search anything on Google or anything else and say, I want to buy a franchise, you will come to us. So we get over 100,000, over 1 lakh investors every single month coming to us. Every single month. And this is people who are new to our ecosystem. But we have a phenomenal ecosystem already sitting there. It's about 10 crore investors, which we have acquired over 27 years by doing a lot of shows. Every month we do 20 shows. Every month. Like Chennai would have every month a show. Bangalore would have every month a show. And sometimes we do bigger shows in the same cities. So because of this ecosystem, we give you these two things. One, assets, brands, and full training on them. And second, we give you investor leads. But these investor leads are qualified leads to you. It's not just data. Every single lead is called by our call center team, qualified. And when they say, I'm interested in XYZ brand, then it is passed to you. How we make money? We make money from brands. A significant money comes from brands. And we also make money from investors. I'll give you an example. If you sold a small cafe for 30 lakh rupees as a franchise, which is very easy to do, an average person can do 3 or 4 transactions like that. We will make about 2 lakh rupees from a brand owner, and we may make about another 1.5 lakh from the investor. So in a small deal like 30 lakh rupee, the potential to make is maybe 3-4 lakh rupees from that. So it becomes significant. So eventually, if you are able to do 2 or 3 transactions in a month, you make a significant money. You also can bring in brands on board, which means that you saw a brand in the market which looked very good, scalable, and you got them on board. So whatever fee we get, you also make money on that. So there are many other products also in our system, which we go through a full training where you understand how to win. So it's a very financially very lucrative. But again, I will repeat, it is not for everyone. I'm looking for only people who are very, very committed and they have time to commit. That's why I asked this question, who is professional, who is business owner? You come and tell me I'm super busy in my business, just I want to take it because I have some contacts. I would say no. You come and tell me that, look, I work 6 days in a company and one day I have free. On Sunday, I will put 2-3 hours on Sunday. The first 3 Sundays you will put, and then you start feeling that, oh, I'm missing my family, I'm not able to contribute. I will say no. I'm only approving people who can tell me that I have 100 hours to commit to this business. Because it's a huge investment from our side. All these leads are very expensive. And these leads are given to every single partner of ours. And then I have cluster heads who would work with you on joint calls, joint meetings. Rather, every month, I personally do anything from a 75 to 100 joint meetings with my FC partners. personally. After this call, also I have 3 meetings lined up on Zoom with my 3 different IFC partners. So it's a big commitment. And if you are not equally committed, I rather say this, if you're serious about yourself, we are serious about you. That's very important. Because if you're not serious about yourself, you're just taking it as another career or another thing, then I'm not interested, because we are world's number one. So we want to really be choosy who really want to work with. And if I commit somebody, then I want to make it very rewarding, both in terms of your social recognition, your own intelligence, your own knowledge base, plus financially. Financially, it has to be very, very attractive. And we also have big reward programs. Every month, every quarter, we have an international trip for our IFC partners. So I have so many partners who have not missed a single trip. And I can tell you some cities, countries they've gone. So they've gone to, say, Almaty, or they've gone to Azerbaijan, they've gone to Malaysia, they've gone to that thing. All their life, even if they were very wealthy, you don't get a chance to visit 10, 12 countries, which they have done in the last 3-4 years. And this is a lot of these IFC partners who have really gone mad. And I'm very happy about it, because more they win, more they want to contribute back. So it's a well-structured program. It's a very well-structured program and very, very successful IFC partners. If you want to speak to a few of them, go out and speak to anyone. I can tell you, not even a single IFC partner would say that I had any lacking from the company coming in. So that's a promise I have. And that's why I'm equally excited that I should take only people who are equally committed. Otherwise, not work. So friends, this is a very interesting and rewarding opportunity. But as I said, you have to self-evaluate yourself. That are you first having 100 hours to invest into this business? That's one. Second, are you committed to learning? It's very important. I was in Korea. I'm advising a company which is going to be next KFC. It's a large fried chicken company. And I spoke to the CEO, the owner of the company, and he says, why don't you come down and see my operations? So he has a chicken university, right? Only chicken university in the world, where they understand how they marinate and how they bring in and so on and so forth. And what he's done, he runs 1,800 stores in Seoul, in Korea, and KFC has only 40 stores. KFC has not able to compete with them. They're so big. They're very, very big. So I spent 2 days just understanding their operations, and I was so impressed. And this chairman, the large company, said, I will come November to India to understand India. So intelligent people put a lot of investment in learning. While I've done more market entries than anybody else. I've done almost every global QSR brand I brought to India, Middle East, other parts of that thing. But every time I tell myself I learn. Well, we all know what KFC looks like. And if he's doing something different, then I need to understand what he's doing different, right? And spending. And yesterday, also, I had some few hours. In the morning, I went to 3 stores of there. Just walked in. I said, give me an address. I'll just go there and sit there. Understand what you're doing. So this is where opportunity. So you have to be committed to learning. That's very, very important. That's number 2. Number 3, you need to be a great networker. Great networker. Right? There is never a flight I've taken, the person sitting next to me, I've not asked what he does. Right? So you need to be a super networker, then only it works. 4th, you need to be extremely disciplined to this process. Right? Because consulting, you have to be self-driven. While our company gives you all the leads and that thing, but if you are not disciplined to put these couple of hours every day, sit down, understand, diagnose who are you talking to, then only results work. And 5th, which is the last and most important, is you have to have a very strong commitment to relationship. It's all about relationship business. The people I sold businesses in my early days of I started, now their children are buying businesses through me. So that's a cycle we have done. This is the kind of commitment level you need to come and peace. If you're not committed to relationships, this would not come easy. So friends, this is a great opportunity. It's already proven. It's number 1 in the world. And it's the best timing for India. Best timing for India, because India's consumption story is going in the next level. And awareness of brand is also becoming very high. So everybody wants branded, right? And entrepreneur journey is also growing. So every single signal tells us that franchising has a big way to come. But it's only depending on how you maximize this opportunity. So my advice would be, Sanjay would do a short presentation, listen to this presentation, immediately reach out to our regional cluster heads. They might also reach out to you. And if you feel that it is really for you, then next 3 days, I will have a joint call with you. And I insist that I tell my teams also, if somebody doesn't have time, they come up and say, no, this person called me, he's very interested, but this week he's not available. Then I say, next week I'm not available. Because if you're not serious, if you want to do it, then I'm also not serious. I'm very, very clear about it. I want to have damn serious people. And that's my only criteria. Rest, and I know if I commit to somebody, like I'm doing training starting on Sunday, the Sunday training starts. So 3 days, out of 3 days, 2 days I'm doing personally. Every month the training happens for IFC partners. So we commit, we put a lot of energy and effort. And when every person is leaving from the training, I give them responsible that in next 2 months, I want to make them enough money so that they are not having any pain for what the investment they have done on that, I think. And most of the times, we are able to get all our IFCs, get their whatever the investment they do in the first 2 months. So they are relieved from their investment, then they're focusing on their business and they're growing their business. So friends, there is no business from a return on investment better than this. But this is not a return on investment business. I'll explain you. There are 3 types of return you get in any business. 3 returns. And they're all 3 ROI, different ROI. I'll explain one by one. First, we all know, which is return on investment, which means 9 people on the screen you see. If all of us invested 1 crore in the same brand and the same business, we all have different results. So ROI is very, very hypothetical. It depends on who's investing, what they're bringing in. The next 2 ROIs are more exciting to me. I always believed in the other 2. One is return on intelligence and second is return on involvement. So this business which you're talking about is return on intelligence and return on involvement. More you put time, more it comes to you, right? And second, more intelligence you bring in, more value you build, right? So if you feel that you also have that inclination of same 2 ROI, then please reach out to our teams. They will set up appointment next 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I do Sunday also because some professionals are moving and set calls. These 3 days are only available. We are the only time your slot. If you are about it, we take it from there. Can you hear me?
We missed you in between, sir, but now it's okay. We can hear you now.
Okay. So hopefully earlier was fine. So you can lead the discussion further.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time today. And if any one has any questions.
Thank you, sir. So I think there are some who have written us a little late, so we can take their names as well. Mr. Mrityunjay has written that he has a 25 years experience, so we warmly welcome you also. Mr. Shivraj has also written that he is from Hyderabad. What is the you being consultant and what are the qualities? Perfect. So we'll definitely address this as well. So we have discussed in length what is the
Raj,
role and
you can
responsibility.
meet Ravi. Ravi leads Hyderabad, so he's on the call. So he will talk to you. And Mr. Revant is also from Hyderabad, real estate consultant. So great market. Hyderabad is phenomenal market again because the infra is also very important for franchising. So more infra builds, more franchising builds, right? Like a Satwa, there is a big builder. So he called me. He says, I'm building a couple of million square feet. And when they tell me a couple of million square feet, I see businesses. So I told him, get me your head of brand head and talk to me because he's doing the largest food court in Hyderabad. So which means that if you do a large food court in Hyderabad, in the main high demand thing, I see a lot of businesses, franchise businesses coming there. Right. So anywhere there is an infra push, I like the market because it has direct correlation with franchising. More malls build, more franchise incomes. Right? I've been doing work in Hyderabad when you don't have the new airport also. The older airport used to be there. And there was no branded hotel. I forgot what hotel was there. This was just opposite the airport. There used to be only that hotel, which was a decent hotel. And but now you go, you have Marriott's, you have Sheraton's, you have why? Because this phenomenal infra growth, and that growth brings economic growth, and people have more money, and then they want to buy new businesses and invest into businesses, and that's exactly what is happening in these markets. Very, very excited, Mr. Reddy. And then they have Avinash. He's Karimnagar. I don't think we have currently anybody in Karimnagar.
It's open, sir. We are looking forward for one partner there.
Yeah, Karimnagar is a good market. I've been to Karimnagar also, but that's a good market. And could you elaborate with the difference between employee profile, skill sets, and cultural dynamics between your company and the IFC? Yes, absolutely. Very good question. So nobody actually asked this question. Avinash, you asked this question. Why IFC? So we have large teams, and I felt there was one problem which still continues. And this problem is not for our company. It's largely a problem with all corporates. So when people are entrepreneur, they bring three things which are so important. Like every IFC partner, why I believe more on IFC partner than even my direct teams, because they bring three very, very important components. First is consistency. Say if you're in Karimnagar, now if somebody met you today for a business opportunity, might decide after 5 years. But once your number is saved that this person can help me buy a business, is there. They're not going anywhere. People who met me 25 years back also, and they know me that I do franchising, if the evening they're having a drink with a friend and then they feel that I want to bring in an international brand, they say, oh, hold on. I know somebody who can help you. And they pick up a call and call me. I get calls sometimes 10:30 in the night, 11 o'clock when people are having a party and they start discussing businesses. That's how people do. And they would call me in that excitement because they want a business. The consistency makes a big that. Second thing, knowledge. My average IFC is anything from a 15 to 20-year experience. If I wanted to create this, my direct team, I would never have been able to do it. Right? So they bring in a huge amount of experience, their local knowledge, their own culture knowledge, their understanding of their local market. How would ever my team know? I have a large team sitting in Hyderabad, but they will never know Karimnagar, as you know. Right? So you always bring in human amount of local knowledge. And third is integrity. You will not do anything wrong in Karimnagar because you know you're local. You are going to face these investors. It's very important because we are responsible capital. We bring in responsible capital from people to invest. And I don't want in the pressure of sales, people make wrong mistakes, wrong commitments. So for these three reasons, I'm a big believer that IFC network has to be much bigger, much qualified, much performing than my direct team. Right? And that's where this program, we are just trying to push entire thing. We understand that we have sharing a lion share of our incomes with our IFC partners, but I'm happy to do it because these three things are non-replaceable. We will never be able to just hire people and expect these three things. These three things I can only get in my partner who joins with me, who's committed with the entire thing, and we collectively build something together. So thank you very much. Thanks for your time, and over to you, Sanjay, for taking the presentation ahead.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable inputs. Mr. PNV Subaru, so we will request you to use Q&A box because you have raised the hand. We don't have that option in this, so please use Q&A box. Send us your query. We will take your question and query also. So please do not raise the hand. So I'll take you through next 10
Somebody written that
minutes.
he's a tutor and he wants to be an entrepreneur. Actually, tutors are best because they're great listeners and they have very big diagnostic capability. And they are also having a huge amount of patience. So they come with patience also, because you have to deal with kids in writing. And all these three qualities are very important for a consultant. Rather, I would say that teachers are the best consultants you can ever get. because they go with the speed of everybody. And they are also very good to find individuality. Similarly, every investor has also some individuality. They have the risk appetite. Some people have higher risk appetite, some have lower risk appetite. This is also very, very important. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. So friends, thank you very much to being for 1 hour almost. So now we'll take only 10-15 minutes more. So we'll give you some understanding with few slides, but now in the interest of time, we will not take entire presentation. So we'll give you few slides only. And later on, our teams, once they reach you, they can give you full understanding about every part of it. So what is franchising? We have understood it's a $4.8 trillion industry. What we consume today is coming from a franchise company. So franchising is growing very rapidly. International brands, global brands looking for India as a market, because Indian market is very much ready for all these businesses and brands to receive and to welcome in India, because there's a huge amount of opportunity in India. So if we talk about now sector-wise franchising, so each sector you name, even if it is edutech companies, it's a health-related companies, health and wellness, beauty, financial services, and now we are talking about direct-to-home services. Even in gardening is also coming from gardener. If you need that service, it's also franchise. So direct-to-home would mean that if it is a service provider, providing, there's a healthcare which is for elderly people, and that's also direct-to-home, because elder people will not go to clinics. So it's a direct-to-home services which has been now created, and it's all franchised. And anything you feel like there's a pet care, like pet care clinics are also now evolving in franchising, and they want to go all cities across, because there are so many pet lovers everywhere, and you need to have a center wherein you have pet and then you want to take it to the clinic, because there is a lot of things which are required, right? Now in auto, we are talking about now EV segment, two-wheelers and EV segment is also franchised, very rapidly growing now. There are a lot of companies also who are coming, and they want to expand in other cities as well. So then we have got some services which are related to maybe hotels or maybe hospitals. These are also available in franchising. And then there are different models to it. If someone who is not getting the experience of running a hotel, so what hotel chain, what they will do, they will provide you a FOCO model, which is franchise owned and company operated. So these are all in big segments, and like Tata Chroma is also there with us, Zodio is also with us. They offer a different model, wherein you have to only invest and it will be managed by company itself. So there are different models which we create, and it is also as per the investment. Like there are so many professionals now, they want to start some franchise option, they want to start some parallelly some business, and if they have some 20 lakh rupees, but they don't want to have operations in hand, they don't want to operate, they don't have time. So we also have a different model for them, wherein they can only invest, and it will be all managed and operated by brand itself. So what we offer you tablet. Tablet stands for, T stands for technology. So once you join us, you are onboarded, and then we also have technology support. So we'll create a CRM, and CRM will give you all database. Then we will also create a franchise India domain email ID for you. This email ID you will use on daily businesses, so that every client you send a mail, it is coming from Franchise India email ID. A stands for access to the infrastructure. Access to infrastructure would mean, now somebody who was from Bangalore, so we have office at MG Road, you can use our office. Somebody is from Delhi NCR, you can use our office. Somebody is in Hyderabad, Mumbai, anywhere you can use, and you are free to use our infrastructure. Would mean that you can use my office full day. You can come along with your clients, your investors, your brands, and you can have full meetings there, and our team is also there to support you. B stands for brands. So as I said, we have got all the brands with us. So we have, suppose, 500 lists, it will come to you first day, and these all brands are available for you. So we'll also create your brand portfolio, which brand you want to drive, and we will give you all the lead structuring for that brand also. But these brands, you have full access that you can, as per the requirement of the investor, you can also give these brands to them. You can suggest any brand out of this. Then we have 18,000 companies, businesses which are available, registered on our website. And these are also available. So we can get any deal for our investor as per the requirement. L stands for leads. We have 50 minimum guaranteed leads every month, which we are giving to all our partners, which are investor leads. Plus, we will also run a special campaign for every brand which we have or which you want to run in your city, or you are geographically open, that you want to take, suppose, a state to drive that brand, you want to take country also. You can go across cities, and as per expansion of the brand, you want to take all cities, any brand will give you leads accordingly. Absolutely no overlap on that. Not even a single penny also you have to invest on any kind of promotion, any kind of lead generation, or any kind of this campaign which we run for you. Then E for events. As we discussed, we have around 20 events every month. These are all events organized by Franchise India, invested by Franchise India, right from the venue, which is a 5-star hotel, to getting brands, getting investors. And these investors are not anybody who can come to the show. These are all paid investors, wherein our backend team would sell the tickets, invite them to the show, and after that, our team, which is IFC partners and our core team as well, direct team, both are working together and then helping investors to find out the right business opportunity. Then we also have 3 days training program. T stands for training. So we have 3 days training program every month. It's a physical training first time, which is in our corporate office, wherein our chairman, sir, managing director, and all the management team would also be involved in these 3 days training, because you will get everything about our system, our processes, and you have to just follow that. The rest all done by Franchise India. So we have a proposed structure for an IFC partner, as we discussed, that when you are coming with somebody is full-time, somebody has 100 hours a month, or somebody is putting 4 or 5 hours a day. So everyone is unique, right? Now it is up to you how you want to set up your benchmark for earning and growth. If you want to grow faster, you want to earn faster, you want to earn more, you can set your limit, right? So, but there is everything which you do, we reward for that. But again, we have a growth ladder. We have a growth ladder which we created at the base level. When you join is at entry level, we call it as IFC membership. So you become my IFC partner, independent franchise consultant. And once you hit 15 lakh rupees revenue total, you will become IFC elite. And when you hit 50 lakh rupees revenue wise, or you can do deals also. Deals would mean that we are selling franchise to any investor, and investor is paying some token amount. It we call as a deal. If you do 15 deals or 15 lakh, whichever is coming early, even 15 lakh can be only one, your success, it will get you 15 lakh rupees also. So you become IFC elite member. Then you become pro if you hit 50 lakh or 30 deals, and you also become IFC master. So each level, your payout structure will get changed, your earning potential will get changed. And how it is going to change is, once you are at a IFC base level, you are my 40% partner. Then you become 50% partner at elite membership. Then you become 60% partner, and you become 70% partner at IFC master level. So what we get at IFC master level is 30%, and at pro level we get 40, you get 60, which is also again reverse of at the base level. And at FC elite level, we become 50-50. Like if you do 10 lakh rupees revenue a month, 5 lakh rupees will go to you, 5 lakh will go to Franchise India. But what is your investment in this? What is our investment? We are saying there is not even a single rupee you have to invest in your share. Everything would be invested by Franchise India, and your events to organize, your leads to given by brands and investor side, and opportunities, brands to give you, training to give you, everything is done by Franchise India, right? So your share is 40%, and 40% of what? Now we have 4 revenue products here, and these are all largely we have 4 revenue products, because we work with 2 communities, as I said. We work with investors, that stands for I. We work with businesses, brands, that stands for B. So B, wherever you see is brands, I stands for investors, and we have investor onboarding, we call it as investor acquisition. We don't work free because we are all consultants. Our time is very, very important. We give time to only someone who is my a paid investor, who is my registered investor, who's on board with me. That's what we do first part. So that we called as investor acquisition. Investor acquisition would mean investor onboarding. And there we get some fee, you get 40%. Then we service that investor, we get the service fees, and you get 40% of that service fees. Then we also service brand, because when we are selling franchise, we are servicing a brand. So BS would mean that brand service fees will also come to us. You get 40% of that. Fourth is BD. BD means business development. Business development would mean brand on board. So you all have equally opportunity for getting brand on board, wherein you have to give me only reference. Would mean that somebody who was saying that I'm from Bangalore. Now, if you find any opportunity in Bangalore, you can see some advertisement anywhere, or you can see some outlet out there. You can go ask him, are you into franchise? Do you have more outlets across? Why are you not expanding to other cities? So you have that discussion, and if he is ready to have a discussion meeting, you will refer us. You will give us some reference, we'll understand, and we will arrange a meeting with that business owner, and you will be part of that. So you have only reference to share with us, rest all we will do, and your share is 20% of that onboarding fees. It will remain same in all 4 cases, because in all 4 cases, you are just giving us only reference. Rest all done by us. What we are going to do is, first, we arrange a meeting, and then we arrange a second meeting if required with chairman also. Then we'll give them presentation proposal, right? And this presentation proposal will be also followed by us. And then once there are some questions, we'll also come on the again call, we'll do multiple calls. We'll also help you to convince the investor to give him complete understanding about process of onboarding and finding franchisees. We take 2 financial components in this. One is we take that brand onboard fees. When you onboard with us, then there's a fee, because next 1 year, not only the marketing activities we do for you, all the investments in marketing we do, lead generation, lead management, all done by us. Also, we will help you to get ready for franchise. As I discussed earlier, we have FranCop. FranCop is world's largest consulting company. So we'll get FranCop also services. We'll help them to get ready for franchise. So all these services are done by Franchise India. So you have only reference. That's why your percentage is 20%. Now, important is what is my onboarding fees, and then what is your 20%. We have a set format. We have 7.5 lakh plus GST to start with. Then we have 15 lakh, 40 lakh, and 75 lakh. These are all 4 fixed formats. Other than this, we don't have any other format. So if we understand it's a base level, scratch level in business, which has just started, and this startup can get my startup opportunity, which is 7.5 lakh plus GST. If you just do 2 brand onboarding in a month, which is 7.5 plus 7.5, that will become 15 lakh rupees revenue, and your share is 20% of that. 20% of that 15 lakh would mean directly 3 lakh rupees will go to you, and you can do multiple. Then we will understand what kind of business is, if it is already a franchisor, or they are looking forward for more rapidly expansions and they want to grow, quick. And then we also give them 15 lakh, 20, 40 lakh, or 75. That would depend on what kind of services they need, how aggressively they are looking for, which all markets they want to go to open franchisees. So our proposal will be accordingly. So minimum base level is, which is 7.5. So if you'll do 15 lakh rupees of 2, it becomes 30 lakh, you get 20%, straight 6 lakh rupees will go to you. And you have no restriction of getting references to us, arranging meetings with us. It can be 2, 3, 4, 10, any number you can get it done every month. And now understand, if you're just doing this every month, how it is going to be rewarded for you. And then lead side, we are giving you 50 minimum leads on base level, which is from the investor side who are looking to start a business. Then, as I said, we will also help you to structure your brand portfolio. And these brands also, we give you separate leads. So would mean every month there will be some 100, 150 to 200. And if you consume, give us more quickly, you give me responses, feedbacks. You want more, we'll give you more. Rather, you can take multiple brands also, right? So we have international brands also with us. And there are 35 global brands wherein Franchise India have invested as master franchise. They're also available wherein everything is in-house. All support, closing, leads to coming on call to closing the deal is also in-house from franchise data side. And this leads to grow up, and as many as leads you want, but we'll make sure there is no overlap. There is no overlap because if one person has been given leads, we will not give same leads to anybody else. And leads is not a problem because every month, minimum 1 lakh investors, 1 lakh investors are getting in touch with us and they want to start a business. So we are doing a lot of shows which are bigger in size, like we are coming in November 29th and 30th. We are going to have a bigger event in Mumbai, which is talking about around 500 companies. We're talking about around 25,000 investors to visit that show with 2,000 rupees as entry fee in this. So we are completely having a hold on investor side of business side, because someone who want to expand, who want to open franchises, where they will go. So they will come to us. So where our IFC partners do interact with these investors, give them some basic information, and then we get them connected with brands, and brand will help us in terms of closing that deal. So that's all done from our franchise India. This is one which is a revenue direct. Second income can be, or revenue can be, which is also the cash incentives. There are a lot of incentives done by the brands directly. So if you are selling one franchise, any brand, and we negotiate with them and we get some cash incentives also directly to our IFC partner, because you become the growth partner for that brand, you build a relationship, and brand would always be depending on you. And when you bring franchise, so what we also negotiate in between, that there has to be some kind of some incentive. It can be 50,000 to some 3 lakh, 4 lakh also per deal, which is going directly to my partners. Third, as we discussed, we also have international contests also. Every quarter, we have one international contest. One, because there's a kind of a criteria to achieve and to qualify. And on that business and revenue, you also get payouts, which is as per this chart. And also you get some cash incentives. And third, you get travel to international country and all the expenses done from Franchise India side for that. Then we also have our support team, which will help you to qualify that, because our teams are having directly target to make our IFC partners qualify, because then only they will qualify. So in this way, we are giving you full support and making you qualify for that contest also. Like today, we are talking about October, November, December. So our next quarter, this quarter, the international contest is going to be Turkey, which is already running right now. And some partners are already on the midway. So we are now talking about Turkey this year. So last was our Almaty, Kazakhstan. Before that, it was Hong Kong. Before that, it was Vietnam. Before that, it was some other countries. All this Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Dubai is all done. We have done Sri Lanka also. So this is all done nearby countries. But now we are taking our partners to a country which is unexplored. Maybe they have money, but they would never want to go that city. They will never go, because as I said, Almaty is in Kazakhstan. If you Google it, you will never go to Almaty if you have money. But when you go in a group and you explore, it's a beautiful city in Kazakhstan. Right? We go into Turkey. So nobody, as we have got partners, and they themselves have told this thing to us, that we have never been to this international, any country. That's also which is helping them to grow with us and exploring all these countries, having a lot of fun and a lot of awards and recognitions also along with this. But as we discussed, it's not for everyone. It is a different ROI, which is return on involvement and return on intelligence. That is our ROI in our business, and which is very, very important. But how you can become now our partner? There is only one fee, which is license fees, which is only one time. That will be 5.5 lakh plus GST, and the rest all 3 years is the agreement. You don't have to invest anything in between. It's a highly rewarding for this. So 5.5 lakh plus GST is going to be the lead of get you back this money. So it's highly rewarding. Next 3 years is absolutely free, right, for you. And then all the rest franchising. Now, please understand also this, when you find, we have all support to give you to and make you to qualify, to make you to get this money back as soon as you get this money back. So we have that support function wherein we help you to get this as quickly as possible. But you will not see any other business wherein you invest, you take franchise of any other brand, you invest 20 lakh, 30 lakh also, you will not get it before 4 years or 5 years. Payback period is 4 years, 3 years, right? Nothing beyond that. So Franchise India is giving an opportunity to have a partner with us. And this franchise from Franchise India, it's a one way, it's a franchisee of Franchise India. When you invest in our brand, and it's highly lucrative, highly rewarding at zero risk. We are saying this with confidence, the zero risk opportunity which is coming to you, because we are successful in this 27 years we've been there, and we are full support function to get this money immediately back to your pocket. But you have to be involved. As I said, you have to be active. If you are active, we are super active. So if you are involved, this is going to come to you in a very short span time. It can take within 1 month also, right? As I said, it can be one lead which when we can get you converted and help you to get this money back. So we'll please receive our call from our team. Once you receive, have a discussion. We have Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, 3 days, which is 12, 13, and 14 this month, training program in our corporate office. If you really feel like you want to join that also, which can be possible. Otherwise, we have a next round also, which is coming up every month, but we will select first. You select us and we select you, right? That's the opportunity, because if it is not relevant for you, our chairman sir would definitely say that you can explore any other opportunity. That's why 10 minutes introduction and final selection call with our chairman is must, because he want to make sure that if you join us, it is going to be highly rewarding for you, and it is going to be also complementing our business, and it should be relevant to our business. Otherwise, if you have a different opportunity to explore, you have a different investment to do, our team, rather we will pass on this lead to our IFC partner in that city, who can further explore with you and get you that business what you are trying to explore, right? Till then, thank you so much once again for joining us this webinar and giving us more than 1 hour and being very patient. So we would like to thank each one of you, and our team will immediately get in touch with you, have a full discussion with you, and then take it up further. Thanks, and thank you so much once again. And from all of us at Franchise India, we'd like to one more time